guys, welcome back to Monochromatic Games. Today we were doing our very first review, which is of the game The Evil Within. We've done a preview of this game around a week ago or something, and we streamed it as well. We were very positively surprised by the game because of the negative stories that we've heard of the early showings of this game. Now, The Evil Within is a game that's been developed by Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks is being oversighted by Shinji Mikami, which is a very good director. He's been best known for his works on Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 4, as well as titles like Vanquish. So he's a very impressive track record, and we're hoping that he can keep this very good track record with his latest installment, The Evil Within, which is basically a return to form after sidestepping towards the action genre with Vanquish, and now he's hopefully fully back into the survival horror genre with The Evil Within, and hopefully this will mean the start of a new IP, a new franchise, and more scares for us basically, because that's what we really love about the Resident Evil games: the scares, the atmosphere, and that's what we look forward to in this game. So, will it hold up? How does it run? Does it really look good visually? We'll find out. So come with us, and we'll show you.
Find myself within darkness twisting me around. There is nothing I can do. And this world doesn't spin, it just turns itself around and around. The night chokes tight in the noose.
The Evil Within is a third-person survival horror game with a strong focus on the supernatural. At the beginning of the game, everything seems normal, but as time progresses, you will very fast find out that things are not normal. Let's go take a look at the very early stages of the game.
In The Evil Within, you take on the role of Detective Sebastian Castellanos. As the game begins, you and your unit have just received an emergency call, and you are dispatched to a mental hospital to investigate. You are not the only one to arrive on the scene, but something seems very wrong as soon as you enter it.
There are no weapons left in their cars. No blood or shell casings out here. Smells like blood.
All right, stay sharp. We're gonna check it out. Don't let anyone else through this door.
I can be an extra set of eyes.
We don't know what's happening here. You're a backup.
As you enter the building, you see a lot of dead bodies. Patients, officers and medical staff lie massacred on the floor. Soon enough, you find a survivor, but this only marks the beginning of the sheer terror that will await you in this game.
Did you hear something? Someone alive in here.
Are you injured? What happened here?
can't be real. Impossible. Ruvik is...
I've got him. The security cameras might tell us something.
What the hell?
When you come by, your journey into Shinji Mikami's twisted mind has only just begun, and you can only hope to keep your sanity as you delve deeper and deeper in this game.
When you start playing The Evil Within, you can choose between two difficulty levels. The first being the casual difficulty and the latter being the survival difficulty. Now the main differences between the two modes is that in casual difficulty you have stronger auto aim, you have more ammunition, and most importantly you have a meter that shows you exactly how visible you are to your enemies. In the survival difficulty, this meter is not included, and it has also less auto aim and less ammo. Personally, I think that the stealth indicator should have been available on survival difficulty and should have been removed for the higher difficulty, which you unlock after you play through the game on your first playthrough. That being said, it's not by any means a very difficult game. It's very traditional in terms of puzzle solving and encounters. You have a couple of options to engage encounters. Obviously there are some ambushes that you simply will have to fight or in some cases run away from. But your average zombie, when you encounter them, you have a few options to for example, hide underneath a bed or inside of a closet and wait for them if they haven't spotted you to go away and well, basically you stealth kill them or well, you shoot them. There are a couple of options that you have. We'll show you a couple of things that you can do in The Evil Within and well, enjoy.
In this scene you encounter your first zombie in The Evil Within. It's a very nice throwback to the first Resident Evil game and it brings back a lot of good memories. There are a number of locations that you can use to hide yourself in this game. For instance, you can hide yourself inside a closet, or in this specific case, you can hide yourself under a bed. You can wait for the zombie to move away and then take him out with a stealth kill, like this. Once it's dead, you can burn his body so that he doesn't get noticed by the other zombies and everything will be clear. In specific locations in this game you can access the character upgrade menu by sitting in the chair. Upgrades cost a certain amount of green gel that you gather during your course of the game. You can increase your maximum sprint time, melee damage, syringe recovery, as well as your overall life gauge. You can increase the damage that the various bolts do that you can collect in this game, as well as overall weapon damage. fire rate, reload time, clip capacity and critical damage. And lastly, you can increase the stock, which increases your various ammunitions and syringes that you can carry.
One of the first things that you'll notice once you start playing The Evil Within are the huge black bars on the bottom and top of your screen. If you're a console gamer, then unfortunately you cannot remove those bars because they are an artistic choice made by the director Shinji Mikami to create a more filmic environment and to immerse the players more deeply into his story and his environments. If you're a PC gamer, however, there are already a few mods available that remove them so you can see everything without the black bars. Overall, I would say that the bars can be a little bit of annoyance every now and then, as sometimes they get in the way of things you want to see. For example, when you scout an area for wandering zombies in order not to get caught. In those cases, it can be a bit of an annoyance, but overall, during the entire course of the game, I got used to them, and it was a bit less of an annoyance when I first started playing the game, because they really stand out. The game attempts to run on the console side of the game on a stable 30 FPS on both the PlayStation 4 as well as the Xbox One. However, it struggles to maintain that in certain scenes. This is to be expected, however. We would have hoped that it would have hit 60 FPS, but even on the PC side, the game struggles to meet those demands because of the hardware requirements that are currently in effect. We got a few clips to show you some aspects of the game, some of the lighting effects, which I think are really great, as well as some other cool scenes from the game. So let's go take a look.
The graphics in this game are a bit of a mixed bag. In some cases the game can be, well, quite mediocre, but for instance in the scene you're currently seeing, it's very impressive. This is mainly due to the incredible art direction of the game, but also due to the lighting capabilities of the ID Tech 5 engine. This final scene also shows some of the great lighting that's being used in The Evil Within. This scene is very atmospheric as you try to escape from the madman with the chainsaw.
So after all's been said and done, how does The Evil Within rank up to previous installments in the survivor horror genre, and of course most notably Resident Evil 4? At the time of its release, Resident Evil 4 was a very bold new move in the survivor horror genre. It took a few new ideas and revolutionized the whole genre. This led to critical acclaim by both users as well as the critics. Everybody loved the game, and rightfully so. The Evil Within is by no means as revolutionary as Resident Evil 4 was back in the day. It is, however, a very solid game that deserves a playthrough for the survivor horror fan. It has a good setting, it has a very good atmosphere and an intriguing story. On your first playthrough, the locations that you visit may seem very disconnected, like jumping from one place to the other, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. However, at the end of the game, everything is explained in a reasonable fashion that explains basically everything. To find out about that, you will have to play through the game yourself, and I would very much recommend it. The sound design is also very good. Everything feels very creepy. In combination with the good lighting that the engine provides, I really appreciate the overall setting of the game. Now, on the console side, the game runs at a pretty much stable 30 FPS. It has a few technical hiccups, but this is by no means very disturbing. In overall, I would give the game around
8 out of 10 severed heads.
Thank you for watching this video review of The Evil Within. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter @MonochromaticG. We'll see you next time.